Good afternoon, Ruffletown. It's WAB Underground Shenanigan News at 3. I'm Cornelius Waverman. Tropical storms causing waves throughout the coast, enabling wave trackers to issue an advisory on Ruffletown. And here with us this afternoon with further information is Weatherman Peter Crown. Peter?
Thanks, Cornelius. Tonight, 1.5 million are at risk for severe waves across the region, with temperatures reaching 8 degrees, along with a head-on tornado spin outbreak with a slight chance of dipping across the metro area right on down to Ruffletown. Meteorologists suggest that you stay inside under a wave cap for impact until the wave settles. Right now it's 8 degrees, and this will occur throughout the week, and it shows no chance of slowing down. Here's our forecast for the next 5 days.
And thank you, Peter. Wait a minute. This just in. Breaking news. Astronomers seem to determine that it's not a natural disaster occurring in the Pacific coast, but one individual by the name of 360 Jeezy. Police are trying to apprehend the suspect for causing all the waves in the community. I'm actually being told that there's a $3.60 reward if you have any whereabouts of his location. Please contact your local police department. Wow, he must be a hell of a waver.
R22, before you start cutting hair, you want to make sure you brush. And I know I started without brushing because, okay, don't grill me, because, alright, my client already came with his hair brushed. If you're a true 360 waver, you're gonna have your waves already brushed before you sit in the chair. So chill, alright? Don't do this to me. Okay, right now I got the 3 guard open using my BABYLISS Rose Gold FX, alright? And I'm just going with the grain slowly and just making sure that I stick with what his pattern is, because if you go, you know, in a different direction, you can really plug your boy's wave. So make sure you go with the grain as much as possible. So after you're done taking everything off, you want to do a slight brush session just so you can lay everything back down. So as far as the back goes, setting in your first guideline should be easy. I'm using my Andis cordless TOUTLINER just to set in my bald line first. So to keep the taper low, I'm going to go in with my 1 guard open, and I'm going to set it about 1.5 inches. I'm using my comb as a guideline stopper basically, just so I can set in that guideline easier. Next, using my 1.5 guard open, I'm just going to clear out some more bulk at the top. With the lever open, I'm just going to flick out that bottom line as best as possible. Then I'm going to come behind it with the lever closed. Now with the lever closed, in a flick out motion, flick out that bottom line. So it's always good to take a look away from the blend and then do your detail work. Make sure you utilize your corners. Now as far as the side tapers, I do it a little different from the back taper because when I set in my bald line, I want to set it in a rainbow-like shape. Next step, with the lever open, I'm just going to use my corners, and I like to use my corners on the sides because I'm working with a smaller area. So I'm using my corners going up about 1 inch and keep it in that same rainbow-like shape. So with the one guard open in that same technique, I'm gonna go up about 1 inch, and in that same rainbow-like shape, I'm gonna create that guideline. So I like using this technique because it gives a different look to your blend. You don't want to be the average barber with the same cut as everybody else. With the 1.5 guard open, I'm basically gonna scoop out, and I'm gonna get some of that bulk at the top cleared. Same thing with the 2 guard open, going in that scoop out motion, just getting some of the bulk off of the top cleared. Dropping back to the 1 guard open, I'm just going to clean that area up between the 1 and the 1.5. So with the 0.5 guard closed in a flick out motion, now you can flick out that middle line. So in this flick out motion, you want to make sure you utilize your corners as much as possible. You don't want to use the full blade because that could take off in some areas that you don't want off. Now with the lever closed in the flick out motion, flick out that bottom line. Now these BABYLISS rose gold FX are not zero gap, so with some texture it's kind of hard to get out that bottom line, but with some texture like this one, it's kind of a little bit more easier for you to get out that line, even though it's not zero gap. But even though, you know, it may not get it out or it may get it out, you still want to come behind it with your liners or your balding clippers just to make sure, just to do your detail work. So using my corners, I'm going to do some detail work. So I'm going to show you guys my client's natural hairline is further back, so it may seem like I'm digging in, but I strategically did this and my client kept getting lineups, so I strategically kind of left some overhang every time I lined him up, just so when he cut it fully down, his line could look way more crisp, especially with the taper and 360 waves, because before I was just giving him lineups so his waves could go all the way down to his lineup area. So that's why I kind of strategically kind of left the overhang over a little bit more every time I was lining them up. YouTube, this is The Cut. And if you like it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram and Snapchat. My Snapchat is Jeezy360 and my Instagram is 360Jeezy. Hey, and if you like the beat, make sure you head over to Hustle Dreams Productions at his YouTube channel. The link will be in the description below. Otherwise, it's your boy 360Jeezy, and I'm out of here. Cheap.